the beat.
Hello everybody, Maxwell McGee here again at Gamescom 2011. I'm chatting with Ragnar Tournquist about the Secret World. Ragnar, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Ragnar, for perhaps the uninitiated, could you give us just the brief overview of what the Secret World is and what it's all about?
Sure. So Secret World is an MMORPG for the PC. It's launching in April 2012. In this game, players fight the rising darkness. They're heroes standing up against vampires and werewolves in legendary locations such as Egypt, New England, Transylvania, London, New York, and Seoul. They join one of three secret societies, the Illuminati, the Dragon, or the Templars, and they battle for world dominations in battlefields and war zones, again in legendary locations all over the world. The most important thing about TSW is that it happens in a modern day setting. This is our world, our real world right now. And it's a world where everything is true. Every myth, every legend, every conspiracy theory, everything you've ever heard, all the really cool stuff that happens in the shadows, that's in our game.
And I also understand that these three factions are going to be doing a lot of fighting against each other, specifically in PvP. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. The factions are definitely bloody enemies. You know, they stand united in their fight against darkness. That's important. Players can team up and sort of with other factions when they're fighting vampires and werewolves and demons, but when it comes to the PvP, the gloves come off and the weapons come out, you know. But it's a gentleman's war in a lot of ways. They have rules of engagement. There's an entity called the Council of Venice, which has decided how these factions are going to fight each other, and that's how we explain the rules of engagement in the game. We explain the rules of the different PvP modes. So we have our battlefields. We have El Dorado, Stonehenge, and Shambhala, where players in teams of 5 versus 5 versus 5 or 10 versus 10 versus 10 do things like capture the flag or deathmatch. But then we have the really cool new stuff that we're revealing at Gamescom here today, which is war zones. Persistent, large-scale battles in really epic locations. And we're revealing Chinese temple here today in a Chinese city where players are basically battling over these ancient relics that hold great magic. And this is a playfield well over 100 people come in. It's persistent, where the factions can hold these different areas and get benefits and bonuses from that. If you capture everything, you'll be able to get access to new items, new cool stuff for your faction, and everybody in your faction gets a benefit from that. And it's really, really, you know, it's a really, really exciting and dynamic mode that really brings this secret war between the three factions together, and that's what we're calling it, the secret war that takes place not only in PvP but also in diplomacy and in sneaky underground parking garages and things like that as well. It's something that infuses the whole secret world, this sort of interesting conspiratorial conflict between all these three secret societies.
And finally, can you remind us when the Secret World is coming out?
The Secret World is coming out in April 2012, and beta registrations start on August 26th, so you know, everybody should get in there and get a chance for a spot to try the game before launch.
All right, well thank you so much for chatting with us.
You're welcome.
And there you have it folks, a quick look at the Secret World.